Hey there, Cappuccino. Sorry I am not there to help you in person, but let me get you started on this activity. So here we are in Desmos, and this is the first slide. Notice down here at the bottom, it says you have to work until you get at least 10 correct. So if you get the first one right, you can't move on to the next screen. You need to get 10 correct. All right, we're going to set up a ratio of the sides of the triangle. So these two triangles are similar. That means their slope ratios are similar. So if I say the slope ratio of the green triangle is x over 40.25, that's going to be equal to the ratio of the blue triangle, which would be 10 over 7. And it'll tell you if you got it right. After you get it right, you need to solve it. So you can do your cross multiplying. So if I do my cross multiplying, I'm going to get my answer. I'm going to solve it on my own paper. And I'm going to do 10 times 40.25. And that's going to be equal to 7 times x. Then I'm going to divide both sides by 7. Oh, I could actually type it out here so you could see what I'm doing. Okay, so I would get, I'm trying to do the text tool. Here we go. So I would get 10 times 40.25. That's going to be equal to 7 times x. And then I'm going to have to multiply that out. So I would get 402.5 is equal to 7x. Then I'd have to divide both sides by 7. So I would get 402.5 divided by 7. That's going to give me my x if I divide both sides by 7. And if I do that on my calculator, I get 57.5. So then I'm going to put in my answer, 57.5, and check it. Phew, I got it right. Okay, so you have to do that 10 times. So first, set up the problem, and then solve it. Okay, if you try and solve it and put in the answer, it's going to tell you you're wrong. You first need to write the proportion. Write the proportion first, just like I did here, write the proportion. All right, the second part is you are going to be using the slope ratio of some known angles. So down here we have a 72-degree angle. This was one of the angles that you figured out on your trig table. So I've asked the guest teacher to hand you back your trig table so you can see that you have this number. I also gave it to you over here in the table. See, here is 72 degrees. So the trig ratio is going to be 3 over 1. The slope ratio is going to be 3 over 1. So I know that I can write that 3 over 1 is going to equal x over 19. And, oops, I wrote 2, not x. X over 19. So notice it's not letting me submit it because it wants me to actually solve that. So let me go over here and solve that. I would have 3 times 19, doing my cross multiplying, is going to be equal to 1 times x, which is just x. So I'm going to grab my calculator and I'm going to do 3 times 19 and I get 57. So let me get rid of my proportion because it doesn't want the proportion. It just wants the answer. And I'm going to say I think it's 57. Hey, and I got it right. Then you have to ask for a new problem. And again, you have to do this at least 10 times. The more times you do it, the better prepared you will be for the quiz, which is going to be on Monday. Okay, so make sure you practice and practice so that you're feeling really good about this. All right, good luck.